host these calls, and some weeks we do Q&A. Some weeks we talk about just what's happening in our industry, why our unique technologies play such a huge potential role in the transfer of sort of this thick care community into a true healthcare environment. And we have the technologies that can support and make that transition available. But tonight is the night that we do deep dive on product. And Steve is our master formulator, and he's put together some incredible formulas. And tonight we're talking about Focus. It's a great selling product for us. People love Focus. They love the way it makes them feel. And as Steve said in the pre-show, we've got some new Focus flavors that are coming, hopefully later this week. We'll let you know as soon as they get here. But Steve, tell us the magic of Focus. What makes it work so well, and why do people get such an incredible response?
Absolutely. Thanks, Sam. And, when we started looking at what we can do for an energy drink, we actually tapped the mind of a brilliant PhD in nutrition. He is a professor of nutrition at UC Davis, Dr. Robert Hackman. And we said, look, we know that you participated in a drink formulation before, an energy drink. What can you do to help us with this product? And he said, well, in the 21st century, it was a long time since I worked on that other product. There have been some advancements in science and research, and I think we can make a really, really good product. So we teamed up with him to formulate this product that we call Focus. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. So as you see here, we have 3 flavors now of Focus. Our Focus Fruit Punch, which is by far our biggest seller of the product. We had a Focus Plus that used food-based vitamins and minerals. The company that made those went out of business. So that's when we created the Fruit Punch Focus. And now we have 2 new flavors, the pink lemonade and caffeine-free orange. This orange is a very tangy tangerine type orange, and I think everybody is going to love it. But why? Why Focus drink mixes? Well, mental focus, alertness, and sustained cognitive performance are increasingly challenged by modern lifestyles characterized by chronic stress, sleep disruption, metabolic instability, and constant cognitive demand. Many conventional energy products rely on high glycemic sugars, especially corn syrup and actual sugar, or excessive stimulants, leading to rapid spikes in energy, followed by jitteriness, adrenals overstimulation, and inevitable crashes. Now, when you have adrenal overstimulation, you run into a real problem. It's when you start to overproduce adrenaline, you will overproduce cortisol in the body. There is an axis that is between the hypothalamus and the pituitary that we start to run into a problem. It triggers cortisol production. Cortisol is good. It's the fight or flight hormone. We want to have some of that when we need it. But when we overproduce it, it starts to create an inflammatory response. So again, we don't want to overstimulate our adrenal glands. And Alavea's Focus drink mixes were formulated as a science-based alternative supporting fast-acting yet sustainable mental energy, focus, and mood without overstimulation or artificial ingredients. By combining targeted amino acids, vitamins, controlled caffeine sources, and that's important, we're going to get to that in a moment, low glycemic carbohydrates, and ACE Mannan, our Alovea AE, Focus supports cognitive performance while respecting the body's natural regulatory systems. So we have neurons in our brain. Our cells in our body communicate through glycoprotein structures, most of the cells. And that's how they send messages back and forth and throughout the body, even back to the brain. But the nerve cells, the neurons in the brain, they communicate with one another through specialized chemical messengers known as neurotransmitters. They shoot this out almost like a Spider-Man shooting a web. They shoot these chemical messengers back and forth to communicate. And the balance and availability of these signaling molecules play an important role in regulating physiology, mood, alertness, and cognitive performance. So focus includes a proprietary neurotransmitter precursor blend designed to provide a biochemical building block group that supports the brain's natural production of these important signaling compounds, helping promote mental energy and sustained focus. When these are interfered with, when we are not producing these at the right levels, it causes that mental drag, that brain fog that so many people experience. So using ingredients such as choline, L-theanine, L-tyrosine, and CoQ10, working together to support neurotransmitter synthesis, cellular energy production, and efficient neural communication, it helps the brain to maintain clarity, alertness, and cognitive performance. So let's get into some of these ingredients. Choline is an essential nutrient required for normal function of our bodies. Despite its crucial role in human health, it is deficient in most diets. As a matter of fact, recent studies show most people are at least 50% deficient in choline. And it's not just a US problem, it is a worldwide problem. Choline has been processed out of most of our diets. Choline readily crosses the blood-brain barrier, where it serves as a key precursor for acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter critical for attention, learning, memory, and neuromuscular signaling. And beyond its neurological role, choline is fundamental to cell structure, cellular signaling, and DNA synthesis, contributing to healthy membrane integrity, metabolic function, and normal cellular replication. Adequate choline availability supports sustained mental performance and cognitive clarity. Now, L-theanine, and a lot of products in the marketplace claim to have L-theanine. We always use the right ingredients in the right amounts here. And L-theanine is a naturally occurring amino acid not synthesized by the human body. In other words, it is essential, and it must be obtained from dietary sources. Structurally, L-theanine is similar to glutamate, the most abundant excitatory neurotransmitter in the central nervous system, which plays a central role in neural signaling involved in learning, memory, and cognitive processing. Because of this structure similarity, L-theanine can interact with glutamate receptors and influence several neurotransmitter systems. In other words, it mocks. It doesn't have to be actually glutamate. It can actually imitate it and get the same reaction. It's almost like having a key fob. You don't have the exact key fob, but the code is close enough to unlock the gate or open the door, whatever you're trying to do. That's how the L-theanine works in comparison to glutamate. L-theanine promotes alpha brainwave activity, a pattern associated with relaxed but alert mental states. It has been shown to support neurotransmitters involved in mood and cognitive function, including dopamine and serotonin, which may contribute to improved focus, stress resilience, and mental clarity. When combined with caffeine, L-theanine may enhance attention and alertness while helping reduce the jitteriness, nervous tension, and overstimulation sometimes associated with caffeine, resulting in a smoother and more sustained cognitive energy profile. Now understand, we don't have to have caffeine for L-theanine to work. Caffeine has its own functions in the body. L-theanine helps to smooth things out so we don't have that jitteriness, but it works well also in our caffeine-free formula, just as it does in the formulas with caffeine. L-tyrosine is a conditionally essential amino acid. What does that mean? I've heard of essentials. I've heard of non-essentials. What is conditionally essential? Well, conditionally essential is when we do produce it in our body, but under certain circumstances, we just can't produce enough. When it comes to L-tyrosine, when we're under specific stress or under the weather, not feeling well, extreme illness, any of these reasons, we don't have the ability to produce enough L-tyrosine to make our bodies work. So conditional amino acids are amino acids that we add in to supplement what our bodies make to keep up with demand. And it serves as a key building block for several important neurotransmitters, including dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine. These brain signaling molecules play central roles in regulating motivation, attention, alertness, and cognitive performance. There are many times that we as individuals will wake up in the morning and we just don't feel like getting out of bed. We don't have that motivation. That could be a lack of specific neurotransmitters like dopamine, epinephrine, or norepinephrine. So having this L-tyrosine is helping us to build that. And dopamine is closely involved in the brain's reward and pleasure pathways and contributes to memory and motor control, while norepinephrine and epinephrine help increase alertness and sharpen attention. By supporting production of these neurotransmitters, L-tyrosine helps the brain maintain mental clarity and resilience during periods of physical or mental stress. It also can help during exhaustion. How do we know that? Well, NASA did a study several years back where they had people stay awake for over 24 hours. Half the group they gave cornstarch pills, the other half they gave L-tyrosine. And the group that had the L-tyrosine was able to complete complex neuromotor skill tasks for 6 hours beyond what the group that got the cornstarch was able to do. We know that this helps with attention and performance. Glycine. Glycine is that feel-good amino acid. It's another conditionally essential amino, often referred to as, again, feel-good amino acid, due to its wide-ranging effects on the body and the mind. It supports mental performance and memory, helping the brain function optimally while also enhancing nerve and neurotransmitter functions for smoother communication between the cells. Glycine can contribute to a more positive mood and may help reduce stress-induced anxiety, promoting a sense of calm and emotional balance. Additionally, it plays a natural role in the production of human growth hormone, HGH. That is the youth hormone. It's what keeps us young. When we are not producing enough HGH, the aging process speeds up rapidly. It helps support tissue repair and metabolic health and is essential for the body's synthesis of glutathione. Many of you have heard of that. That is the antioxidant our bodies make. Dogs, cats, animals, they make vitamin C within their bodies. We don't. We have to supplement that. But as far as antioxidants go, we do produce this glutathione, and this helps with the synthesis of glutathione, which is an antioxidant that protects our cells from oxidative damage and supports overall wellness. Taurine. Now, taurine is an amino acid that provides wide-ranging benefits for the heart, brain, and immune system. Unlike stimulants like caffeine, taurine has a calming effect on the central nervous system, acting as an agonist for inhibitory GABA receptors, which help regulate anxiety, stress, and fear. A lot of products, a lot of energy products, have to put a lot of taurine in and load you up because they put so much caffeine in that it's giving you the jitters. And the L-theanine isn't at the right level. So they dump a lot of taurine in there to try to help calm you down, at the same time ramping you up. it's really not a good way to handle it. You're pushing someone so far to one extreme and then having to give them something to put back. I liken it to pharmaceuticals where they give you a drug to work on this, but then they have to give you another drug to compensate for the side effects of the first drug. Caffeine is a drug, taurine is not, but understandably, it doesn't make sense to me that somebody would have to load you up. Having the right amount in here really makes a difference and actually helps to make sure that people that are caffeine sensitive, even though we don't use an extreme amount in the Focus products, it still helps to balance things out. And supporting healthy nerve and neurotransmitter function, taurine contributes to cognitive clarity while promoting emotional balance. There are a lot of people that get on these energy drinks and they get kind of ragey. They're so amped up. This helps you to stay emotionally balanced. Taurine also plays a role in cardiovascular health by supporting proper heart function and regulating blood pressure. Another thing that these high caffeine energy drinks with a lot of artificial ingredients do is they have a tendency to cause your blood pressure to go up. You want to have something to support healthy blood pressure. Taurine is the ingredient we use in this product. And it aids in the immune system in maintaining resilience against stress and cellular damage. Additionally, taurine assists in antioxidant defense, helping to protect cells from oxidative stress and supports healthy muscle function, making it a versatile amino acid for both mental and physical well-being. Now we have microactive CoQ10, and this is a patented, highly bioavailable form of coenzyme Q10 that plays a central role in mitochondrial energy production, supporting the generation of adenosine triphosphate, ATP. And ATP is the energy currency of our cells. We also put this in our Omega-4 product, again, to support mitochondrial health. Why is it in this and the other? Well, we have mitochondria in all of the cells in our body, but some of the neurons have 4 or even 6 or more mitochondria, those energy furnaces. And we need to support the health of those mitochondria. Those mitochondria are producing a lot of energy. And when they do that, they also promote reactive oxygen species or pollution, just like a furnace burns wood or coal or oil for fuel, and it can produce soot or smog. That's what happens as the mitochondria are producing energy as well. And of course, that's why sleep is important, because that's when the canals of the brain shrink. We get into rapid eye movement. The GLIC fluid washes over and washes those toxins, those reactive oxygen species out. But we want to support healthy mitochondria, and that's what the CoQ10 does. Naturally found in the mitochondria, CoQ10 provides clean, efficient cellular energy that is especially important for sustained cognitive performance and mental clarity. But beyond the energy support, CoQ10 may help protect against age-related cognitive decline by reducing oxidative damage in the brain, promoting long-term brain health. All varieties of Focus contain this proprietary form of CoQ10, carefully dosed for optimal absorption and maximum benefit, ensuring that each serving delivers the support your brain and body need for energy, focus, and resilience. Now, there is a group of B vitamins in here, and people sometimes look at the B vitamin supplement fact panel and they say, wow, there's X 1000% of the RDA here. Well, these are water-soluble vitamins, and the RDAs are typically what we need to maintain survival. But we can use these vitamins to actually get a better response out of the body. And the B vitamin complex in Focus energy drink mixes is specifically formulated to support energy production, cognitive performance, and overall brain health. B1 and B2 play key roles in converting food into usable energy while supporting healthy nerve function. B3 contributes to cardiovascular and brain health, promoting efficient energy metabolism and mental clarity. B5 is essential for the production of neurotransmitters and hormones that influence mood and focus. B6 and B9 support neurotransmitter synthesis, cognitive function, and emotional balance, helping maintain a steady, focused mind throughout the day. And then finally, B12, we use methylcobalamin. There's nothing necessarily wrong when you see cyanocobalamin. People say, oh, that's got a component of cyanide to it. You'd have to drink, I did the calculation one time, it's like 70-some thousand sticks if we use that form of focus in a day to have a lethal amount of cyanide in there. But we went away from that altogether because some people have a gene mutation and can't process that. And we want the B12 to become B vitamins that the body is able to use. So we use methylcobalamin here, which enhances energy, focus, and neurological health. And together, these B vitamins work synergistically to provide sustained mental clarity, alertness, and balanced energy without having jitters. Again, they're water soluble. They're back out of our system in 12 to 14 hours. Then we use natural caffeine. What's the difference, natural versus synthetic caffeine? Well, caffeine can come from either natural sources or synthetic forms, and the difference can have a big impact on how much your body experiences it. Synthetic caffeine is absorbed rapidly and often produces a quick spike in energy, typically combined with jitters, followed by a sharp crash and fatigue. So when they use a graph to show this, they will show that the synthetic caffeine gets into the system, it spikes up, but then it comes down and it actually dips below baseline. You actually end up worse off than you were before you took the caffeine. And it produces this fatigue and malaise as the caffeine wears off. What do most people do? They have that second, third, fourth, fifth cup of coffee. That's what a lot of people do, or multiple energy drinks. And then they start to interfere with their sleep patterns. Bad news, not good stuff. In contrast, Focus uses only natural caffeine from organic green tea and organic coffee bean extracts, including a patented green coffee bean with unique delivery technology that provides sustained release over several hours. Some people say, there's these little white specks floating around in the Focus. What is that? I can't get it to mix. That's encapsulated caffeine. It's meant to go into the digestive system, and slowly the encapsulation is dissolved, and that sustains caffeine response for 4 to 6 hours. That's about what we want to do. Clinically, this ingredient has demonstrated nootropic benefits such as sustained alertness, improved mood, and enhanced cognitive performance, all with fewer jitters, tenseness, or fatigue. And this naturally, carefully engineered caffeine supports steady energy and alertness throughout your day, helping to brighten your mood and outlook without that crash that is commonly associated with synthetic sources. Now, what did we sweeten this with? You know, there are lots of different natural sweeteners out there, but we use something called isomaltulose, and it's a plant-based low glycemic carbohydrate that provides a slow and steady release of glucose. You look at the graph on the right, it's exactly what I talked about with the caffeine just a few moments ago. You see the red line, that's sucrose or table sugar, glucose, same thing, how it shoots way up and then it falls back down and you're below baseline again. What is that going to cause? Malaise, fatigue. It's not going to be pleasant. Your brain is going to start getting signals. We need more sugar. We need more sugar. We get on that roller coaster that we don't want to be on. But if you look at the blue line, you see isomaltulose. And unlike maltodextrin or other high glycemic carbohydrates typically used in energy drinks, isomaltulose supports sustained energy availability without triggering insulin spikes or subsequent crashes. It just tapers off real slow, and it still puts you above that baseline. You don't dip below the baseline. And of course, none of our products are complete without Alovea AE. But how does that work with the Focus? Well, for people that are new to hearing what we're going over tonight, Alovea AE is Alovea's proprietary aloe vera interleaf gel extract, standardized to contain high levels of immune optimizing ACE-mannan. The AE stands for ACE-mannan extract. And Alovea AE indirectly supports cognitive performance through immune-brain interactions. Immune efficiency plays a critical role in energy allocation. And when the immune system is chronically activated or imbalanced, metabolic and cognitive energy can be diverted away from the brain. But also, ACE-mannan supports immune regulation rather than stimulation, helping the body allocate energy efficiency to cognitive metabolic processes. And it supports gut health, which in turn contributes to the gut-brain axis, further promoting cognitive health. It's interesting, but our gut plays a key role in producing dopamine and serotonin. So having good gut health is important. And ACE-mannan is really good for supporting good gut health. We talk about the immune modulating fractions, but those larger fractions above 400,000 Daltons in molecular weight, I can go sciencey because this is a deep dive, those actually convert and break down into short chain fatty acids containing or causing the intestines to produce butyrate. And all of these things are good for supporting our gut health, our healthy bacteria in the gut. And the gut-brain axis is going to help a great deal with the cognitive effects in our brain. So there we have it, 3 flavors. And I think that that does a pretty good deep dive of the product. As I always say, Sam or I have the ability to always go a lot deeper, but people are already probably asleep. So I just want to thank everybody for bearing with us as we went through this.
That was good, Steve. I think people appreciate that. Every ingredient has a purpose. Every ingredient is at the right amount, and it's the right blend that creates the right result. So well done, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Well, blessings, guys. We'll see you next week. Good night.